Hello everybody, welcome back to week 5 of the LDL Draft League. I'm up against Vessel with my Mono Dragon team, and I think this is definitely going to be one of my toughest matchups yet, just because some of the mods they have just kind of walk over my team. Obviously, Mega Metagross is extremely powerful on its own, especially for Mono Dragon. I have no great steel resist other than Guja, which doesn't have the greatest physical defense. It could be slammed by Ikiryu. It can't really do much damage to it back. I suppose I have Turtonator, but again, this can only switch in so many times. And this is kind of weak in general to Vessel's team, so you have to deal with that. Urshifu Single Strike, again, I don't have great switches to Fighting type moves and Dark type moves respectively. It's just kind of a great neutral versus my team. That Wicked Blow, that close combat, anything that switches into one can't switch into the other. And of course, two fairy types, their own offensive dragon type. It's definitely going to be very tough. So I'm bringing some really, some more creative sets here. When I'm bringing Dragapult's leftovers with double status, Hex, and Substitute. They don't have really any good Ghost resist other than Urshifu, and I can really can't switch into either status move. So I'm hoping this can put in work maybe later on or early on in the game, depending on what I want it to do. Because they could definitely kind of cheese through this whole team with Summon, Thunder Wave, and Will-Wisp and whatever. Next I have my Usui and Kuja, which I believe is my best win con in this game. With Rest, Acid Armor, Earthquake, and Body Press with the Chesto Berry. This basically beats almost everything on their team 1v1, and expecting for them to be able to chip it down, it's probably going to take at least 1 or 2 mons of theirs before this can finally be taken down. That either means it can get tons of chip or going to take down multiple mons of theirs. But I could even get more. This mod kind of 6-0s them, so I really hope that this one will put in its work. It does have Shell Armor too, so it can't be crits. Especially since if I get up a bunch of Acid Armors, then Urshifu might try to go for Wicked Blow to crit through that, but then it of course won't work. It'll just be at that 60 base power move, which won't crit through my defenses at all. Next I have Flygon with the Focus Sash. I'm basically hoping this will be an emergency option. This also kind of sweeps pretty well with Earthquake after Dragon Dance. I'm hoping this will be a bit of an emergency check to some of these mods like Metagross. I'll be able to Dragon Dance on it, as it can actually knock me out. I have Quick Attack just in case Urshifu does have Sucker Punch. It comes in on me for some reason. Then I'll go for the Quick Attack, try to outplay that, but other than that, I doubt I'm even going to click it, even if Urshifu comes in. I just don't really have many other good options for a move versus this team. So Regieleki with Draco Meteor, Sludge Bomb, Haze, and Endure. This can kind of deal with pretty much everything here except this Mega Metagross, which I definitely want to try to get rid of, but Haze makes sure that I'm not set up fodder or something like Primarina after use Draco and have my special attack. Then Durkos that Berry again makes me kind of an emergency revenge check option for something like Quiver Dance, Rebumpy, Dragon Dance, Gouging Fire. Next up, Cyclozar. Unfortunately, because I do have Torterra, and that is a big threat, I do have to bring something specifically to check it. I don't really have that many options other than this Como, but this Como goes in so hard versus the team, I don't think I can afford to waste its HP to check that. So I'm bringing Mirror Cyclozar with Shift Gear, Double Edge, Rapid Spin, and Crunch. I can balance dealing with hazards and doing a lot of damage. And I hope that if he does end up bringing that Torterra, that it does not have Focus Sash, it does have something like Loaded Dice or White Herb, and I can't just kind of try to sweep with this thing. Last up, I am bringing this Como. I'm finally bringing Klinger Assault with Poison Jab, Earthquake, and Upper Hand. I kind of want to bring a Dragon move just in case for Gouging Fire, but I can't really afford that. I think I need Upper Hand. Because, again, Metagross, after I get chipped, if it does bring Bullet Punch, it can't just completely knock me out. Same with Urshifu Sucker Punch. I think Upper Hand will make sure that I can deal with these mons kind of effectively. I do also kind of want to bring Close Combat. There's so many moves I want to bring on this, so I'm just hoping that this set will end up being the correct one. I'll put in work. So I'll bring you guys back with the battle. Come back to the battle versus Vessel. They do bring their two fairies and their Mega Metagross, which is pretty unfortunate. I do not see the Torterra, luckily enough for me. But they did bring webs. They did bring Regieleki versus my Mono Dragon, strangely enough. Hopefully I can set up on that with my Flygon. And the webs are going to be a little bit of an issue, but I do have Clear Body. It's really only going to hurt my Como and kind of my Cyclozar a little bit, even though the speed boost will be able to kind of negate that problem. Here, obviously they can't lead Rubombi, but they can also lead Metagross, and I'm not really sure what to lead in both of those. So I think Guja should kind of work, even though I can't really touch that Rubombi. Even though versus Rubombi, obviously Jigalge would be better lead, I'm worried that they will just counter me and try to lead Metagross, which is why I think Guja would just be a safer lead in general. There's everything here too. They do lead Regieleki, trying to get a possibly screens up if they're leading with this first. But I'm perfectly fine with this. I could go for Acid Armor right away, is to go for Reflect. Already they're not going to have too much to do with this, so I'm just going to keep going for more Acid Armor. They don't really have Encore. Of course, Urshifu can hit me with Wicked Blow and I'll crit through, but I do get paralyzed. But I'll be able to go for one more Acid Armor, then I'll be at max. Rubombi won't be able to do much to me, neither will Primarina. Urshifu will be at max defense, they will have to keep attacking me, but I do have that Shell Armor, so Wicked Blow actually won't deal damage, it won't crit me, so I actually will be able to most likely beat it down if he goes hard into it, unless Close Combat does a ton, which I don't think it will. Go into this. Yeah, this is at +4, so if I get one more, then Close Combat won't be doing much at all. It goes to Primarina, but I am at +6 defense. I want to see how much this Body Press will do. It was a good chunk as Moonblast does 28. I just want to rest this off really quick, I believe. 26. Just drop my special attack. I do get fully parried. I need to get off the rest here. Hopefully I don't get fully parried again. I do get fully parried again, which is really unfortunate. Now I think I just have to sack this. Because I do think this thing could have just won. I can possibly switch into my Jigalge, but I don't think that's the play. Yeah, I just have to sack this and then I have to go to Jigalge. Now that this thing is basically dead, I don't have a play from there. Just go into Jigalge. And based on that damage, this 24 to 28, this probably isn't specs, just pretty offensive. But obviously they can't go Metagross here. I did not bring my Shadow Ball or anything to do with that because I assumed I wouldn't need this too much for Primarina. I'd have my Guja for this, I'd have my Como, I have my Dragapult, so I think I have to make a predict here. I don't think they'll leave this in. I want to go for Draco and hit this Metagross for damage. And I think after those pairs, I kind of have to go for this. Obviously, if they stay in and hit me with something like Psychic or Ice Beam, that will hurt, and I'm probably slower too, which is gonna be really annoying. But I think I just have to make the predict here, go for Draco, get some damage. I can't really make a double because anything I switch into can die to Moonblast. But basically at this point I'm just kind of hoping that he goes Metagross. They don't have a switch into it. Okay, think about this. If he goes Metagross, I can possibly switch out to Cyclozar. Now Cyclozar kind of sweeps. but he does probably have Focus Sash for Bombi in the back. I'm just thinking, does Draco even get me anything? Because that looks to be like Metagross might be output by a lot of the mons I have. I have to get this Sludge Bomb here. He does stay in. I do a good chunk of damage. This is probably Assault Vest. Based on that. Because, yeah, this would be a very damage. This is Assault Vest on Primarina, which is good that we got the damage on this. Here's actually when I'm going to... I kind of want to make the predict right here, because if they damage me, they'll have my Custep Berry in the back, but also I can't switch into this afterwards. I'll just go for another Sludge Bomb. Imaging again versus Metagross won't get me too much. Again, I don't know if Metagross has Bullet Punch to be able to out-priority my Flygon. He goes at the Metagross here. And there isn't really much I could switch into. Como will probably take a ton from this. And this is could very easily go for a Psychic move here. I think I can go Cyclizar, maybe. Even though Cyclizar will be good, I think I just have to sack this, get Chip, and go into my Flygon or my Dragapult afterwards. Saving this for the Custep Berry Draco after Metagross is gone will be really, really useful. Again, after that, unfortunate 2 full paras on my Gucha, I think I have to make this play. Heavy Slam just straight up knocks us out, which is kind of unfortunate. I'll go into my Flygon though and basically just hope that they don't have... They don't have Bullet Punch, and they don't just Heavy Slam in a Bullet Punch right here. Because I need to save Regieleki. I think Cyclizar is a lot less important in this matchup. Which is Mr. Shifu could also have priority. Goes into Regieleki, probably trying to sack it. And he could be faster than me here. Which makes me want to just Dragon Dance again, but I think Earthquake will be fine. He's faster, unfortunately, and I do knock it out. I was hoping that wouldn't. I was between a tough spot because I can't really 2KO Rebombi after this Reflect. Yeah, I probably should have Dragon Dance again there to get my attack back to the regular after this Reflect. Maybe there still isn't that much he could send in. I do have my Sash intact. Rebombi is really all he could send in, but that is a very big threat still. If he goes to that, like, I can go into Regieleki, but he probably has a Sash of his own, and also he can still just go hard Metagross afterwards. And at this point, I'm gonna have to rely on probably Pult and Como to pull through. I'm not sure if Como can really do it versus this team. Of course, Primarina's took some heavy chip. If I can burn Metagross with Pult, then this game will be winnable. Because Como absolutely destroys this team. Goes into her Shifu to attack me. I'm tempted to get my damage on this because if I go into Como afterwards, then I can actually just set up on this with my Klinger Soul and hopefully get rid of it. And I think that's my only play at this point, even though Reflect still has the full 7 turns, which means I probably can't do too much about it. Go for this. It only does 29. This is pretty bulky. Goes for Ice Punches. I do have a Sash. Not sure whether or not he's banded. I kind of just want to go for a Dragon Dance here because I don't care too much about the damage. And if he does go for Sucker Punch, I'm wasting more turns of Reflect, and I think that either way is more important than the little amount of damage you get from Earthquake. Go for this again. If it does go for Ice Punch, he's most likely choiced in some way. Now I can finally go into this. And I can't cling our soul up. I do believe I will have enough HP left over. Hopefully go into Rebombi on this. Goes Primarina to sack it, that's fine. I will knock this out with Poison Jab. Reflect Zilla's 3 turns. Goes into Gouging Fire, that's also a very big threat because he definitely has a Dragon move on it. But I'm tempted to say my play is just to Cling Our Soul again if he does that. If it goes Rebombi, depending on his investment, I might live the Moonblast because of my Roselli Berry. I could check, see how much this does. Yeah, if he's not really, if he's not modest or anything, then Moonblast should not actually knock me out from this range, which would be huge if he chooses to go for that instead of Stun Spore or something. Como at this point is my only chance to break through this team, and then hopefully I can win with Pult, and maybe this Step Berry Jigalgi can just get the one I need. Gouging Fire does come in. At this point, I don't really have many plays, I think, at all. Earthquake won't ever KO this. And Draco from Jigalgi will always KO this. So I think my only play is hope he tries to Dragon Dance and try to capitalize on that choke. Go for Cling Our Soul again. Let's see if he just attacks. No, he goes for Dragon Dance. Luckily enough. Still though, I can't KO him through this. I need to get a crit. Okay, go for it. See how it is. See if I can get some luck on my side for this one. Up only 54. He'll KO me with Dragon Claw. As I do have to go Jigalgi, I have to endure. But I don't think Dragon Bolt will be able to win this. Yes, how much is Sludge Bomb doing? Sludge Bomb is KOing this. So go for it here, get rid of that Gouging Fire, but now he gets to go into whatever he wants. And there's no way Pult can beat the last 3 of these. As I get some serious Thunder Wave luck, which, you know, Vessel got some Thunder Wave luck, I'll go for it too. I'll take the risks. I think Burn, Metagross, Thunder Wave these last 2. And then go from there. Goes into Urshifu. If he is Scarf, then he will be able to beat me, which he might definitely be Scarf on this. Mostly going for Ice Punch. Goes for Wicked Blow. Yeah, pretty sure it has to be Scarf on this, but if he's not, then I can go for 2-Wave here, see what happens. He is Scarf. I unfortunately lose this one. Good game to my opponent. I definitely wish I didn't get paired there, but I could have still lost for sure. If I played differently, I think I should have brought maybe a different emergency check set instead of Cyclozar. I was worried too much about that possible Torterra coming. But I think I should have brought another set to kind of emergency check these sort of threats. But I'll bring you guys back for the next battle. Thanks for watching.